Hi, everybody. I just want to talk to you about your research preliminary outline. We did this in class yesterday, and it is due today, Friday, by 11:59. But for those of you who maybe missed class yesterday or just wanted a recap, I thought I'd explain how to create your outline. So yesterday in class, I created my outline, which I will show you in just a second. My topic, as you know, is Cirque du Soleil, and I've written my 10 questions that went with my topic when I posted it. I'm going to use these questions for ideas for my outline, and also just whatever ideas I have in mind. The interviews that you participated in during class, where you asked 4 people what they knew and what they wanted to know about your topic, can also help you come up with ideas for your outline. So the way to start an outline we're going to go ahead and do our MLA format at the top. So I'm going to put my name, I'm going to put my teacher's name, my course name, and the date. Remember, the order of how we do date in MLA format is a little bit backwards. We write the number 17 January 2020. All right, next in MLA format comes a centered title. This is a preliminary outline, which means this is sort of a rough draft of your outline. It will definitely change as time goes on. So that's why we are calling it a preliminary outline. As you know, MLA format requires you to be in Times New Roman 12 font and double spaced. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so I don't forget to do it later. Okay, so everything looks pretty good for MLA format, and now I can get started. Okay, I need to not be centered though, so I'm going to go out to the left. All right, so I'm going to start with a Roman numeral 1. That is how outlines begin. And the cool thing is that if you do that in your Google Doc, it's like you're communicating with your Google Doc and telling it, I'm making an outline. And after you do that, it will do all of the rest of the formatting for you. So if I type a capital I, period, space, okay, see how it just moved it in a little bit for me? It did an indent. Now my Google Doc knows I am making an outline. So watch what happens. This is my introduction. That's always going to come first. And I hit enter, and it gives me a Roman numeral 2. Now, if I want to include more information about my introduction right now, I can hit tab. And it goes in indented even more, and it gives me a capital letter A. Just so you know, the basic format of an introduction is some kind of a hook, some kind of limited background information, not too much, but just enough, and a thesis. Now, we don't know what our thesis is yet, so you can just write the word thesis. We do not need to worry about that yet. Now, to adjust my outline and move things in and out, I'm going to use this decrease indent button or the increase indent button. The decrease indent has an arrow pointing left, increase indent has an arrow pointing right. And I'll just show you what happens when I use those buttons. There it goes out to my Roman numeral. There it goes into my letter. And if I go in even further, I get numbers, and then I get lowercase letters, and you can actually keep on going. Okay, so now the Google Doc does all of this for me. So you should not be typing capital letters or Roman numerals on your own. If you do, it's sort of like you're overwriting the Google Doc, and it will stop formatting for you. So you'll run into all kinds of problems. So let the Google Doc do your formatting. Now, in terms of creating an outline, the whole purpose of this is for you to come up with the order of your ideas and list them in order, and also decide what is a big idea and then what are the smaller ideas that go underneath that. And you will formatting them accordingly. So bigger ideas will be your Roman numerals. Like I'm going to start with the origins of Cirque du Soleil. How did it start? And then my smaller ideas underneath that would be the things that are related to that topic. And these might turn into their own paragraphs or their own sections within a paragraph. Okay, so who created it? What year was it created? Etc. And then I have to decide what comes next in my outline. So this is really you thinking about the hierarchy of ideas and the order of ideas in your outline. All right, let me show you my finished version. Okay, so I have my introduction right here. I did list origins as my first, and I have who started it, what year, what was his motivation, was he a performer? And then a second topic that still goes underneath origins, was it successful? Specifically, how much money did it make, or did it ever run into financial troubles? Okay, then I'm going to have a section of my research paper that is all about the performers. And I used some of my questions that I came up with and also that were asked during my interviews to fill out that section. Okay, so I've got all kinds of things here that I'm thinking about including in my research paper that relate to the performers in Cirque du Soleil. Then I'm going to go to the shows in terms of how many shows do they have, where are they in production, what's been popular, etc. And then I think I would have finished with where Cirque fits in today's world. I think I'd like to talk about current controversies about circuses that use animals and how Cirque du Soleil has not used animals in their productions and how maybe this is sort of a new model moving forward as people want to attend a circus. And then I will have a conclusion of some kind. Okay, the final thing to think about with your outline is your paper length. So make sure that you have enough material in your outline to fill out the paper that you are going to eventually write. So my introduction, I'm thinking will be about a paragraph, but then this origin section, I think that could easily be a page to a page and a half for me. So I'm probably sitting at a page and a half here. The performers section will be several pages. I think I'm sitting at about 3.5, maybe 4 pages by the time I get through that. And then I think this may give me another page or two. So I'm probably sitting at about 5 or 6 pages, maybe 7 pages by the time I get to my conclusion. So I'm pretty well set up for a 7-page research paper. Just to let you know I mentioned this in class. 8th graders need to be looking at about a 6-page research paper. 9th graders need to be looking at about 7 pages. 10th, about 8. 11th, about 10. And 12th graders are writing a 10 to 12 page paper. So we're trying to build your research paper up from year to year so that you feel prepared to write those longer papers that will be expected from you in college. All right. Good luck with your outlines and let me know if you have any questions.